Hey guys, what's going on? So I just finished watching episode 7 of season 4 of The Chosen. So this was a big one, and you could say that this was really the episode that this whole season has really been leading to, the key moments in this episode that we've been waiting to see. It's a big moment. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I'm going to get into it right now. That big moment is obviously Jesus resurrecting Lazarus. So in the village of Bethany, where Lazarus has died, Jesus has led his disciples there and has shown in front of his disciples and all of the other people in the village that his ability to basically bring people back from the dead. And so this is a massive moment. It has great, obviously, ramifications. You've got people there who are both amazed and wondered, and others who are questioning it, and others who are horrified. And obviously it sets off a whole chain of events that's going to lead to his ultimate crucifixion, with what the message they're going to be sending to Jerusalem off of this news. But on the more personal level, what kind of went on this episode was more interesting, in the sense that what I kind of paired together now about this season and what the showrunners are trying to do is really almost kind of a reflection of what happened in season 3, or rather using some of the same kind of mechanics to tell the story. And what I mean by that was that in season 3, you had Peter questioning Jesus, or formerly Simon questioning Jesus throughout, and to do with, letting his wife miscarry and all these bad things happening for him, meanwhile helping all these other people. He is questioning Jesus, and that all obviously culminates in this moment on the sea where Jesus walks on water, and Simon questions him there, but then obviously falls into his arms, and from there the rest is history. This now is kind of the same thing, but now for Thomas. And so they've taken a fictional event, just like the fictional event of Simon with his wife's miscarriage, but this fictional event with Thomas and his wife-to-be Rhema and her death, and how that has affected him, and at the same time seeing Jesus save all these other people, but not Rhema. And on top of that, now he saves Lazarus, brings him back from the dead, and Thomas is there to witness it, and is, disgusted, to say the least. He is very unhappy by it, and he's questioning it, and he's just falling apart. So it's a really touching moment. And yes, as I said, it mimics basically what they went for in season 3 with that sort of payoff there. And so they're basically taking a fictional event to sort of add more weight and gravitas to these true moments that happened in the Bible. So I really like that, and it kind of gives us a more kind of three-dimensional view of these amazing events, because that's what they are. It's very easy to just say, oh, he brought someone back from the dead, and read that in scripture. But when you see that, or at least see it on screen, and then you see people reacting to it with true emotions, it gives so much more weight to it. And even to see Jesus's emotions in that moment, and how it affects him, these great miracles he does, and what it means to the people who don't understand them. So there's a lot going on here in this episode, and I really enjoyed everything that was going on. It was a slow build up to this from the start, but then eventually had these big payoffs, or at least big moments, I should say. But at the very beginning, you have a sort of epilogue scene which starts with Matthew and Mary Magdalene way in the future, where Matthew goes to meet her in a cave, and they're basically exchanging stories about their memories of Jesus, and Mary starts to read passages of things that she's written, scriptures that she's written, and so that kind of comes full circle. And I guess my takeaway from that is that it's kind of setting up that she will be eventually one of the first people to see Jesus when he inevitably resurrects. If I'm mistaken, that might not be what it's setting up, but I feel like it's kind of just foreshadowing that which is to come, and how important Mary is really to the message of Jesus and preserving his message for millennia now. So I really liked a lot they did in this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of this season. Some really raw emotion in this episode from Jesus, from Thomas, from all sorts. And you have all these extra struggles going on with the disciples, the pain that it's inflicting on them, both physical and it's mental, spiritual, all of that. So I really enjoyed it. It's a really great episode. And yeah, this season, I think, it's just gone from strength to strength. Some hiccups here and there, in my opinion, but this is a very strong episode, and I'm very much looking forward to, and also kind of dreading the final episode of the season in a few days' time, but we'll review that when it comes out too, and then we're looking forward, I guess, to season 5. So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on this episode, guys. I did really enjoy it, and I hope you did too. Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.